Hello friends, welcome to part 4 of JavaScript tutorials. Up till now we have seen what is JavaScript, um, then we saw various ECMAScript versions, we saw simple JavaScript website, then deploying it on iOS, we saw variables, then let, var and const keywords, lexical scoping, and finally functions. In this video, we are going to see what are template literals, and we'll also see various string operators, properties, and methods. So let's get started. What are template literals? Now there are three words, three ways of calling it: template literals, or template strings, or string templates. All of them mean the same thing. So what it basically means is, um, see, how do you define a text? You define a text like this, right? This is text, okay? And how do you define a template literal? Template literal is written like this. See, let's say that this is template literal. So instead of quotes, I'll be writing backtick, okay? So this becomes template literal, okay? So let's see that on the slide. Strings are defined using single quotes or double quotes, and template literals are defined using backtick. So of course, string can be either like this or like this. So this is also a string, this is also a string. So this is string 2 and this is string 1, okay? And either it can be a single quote or a double quote, okay? Got the idea? Now, why do you want to use template literals? Okay, so template literals allow you to do the following things which string doesn't allow you. First, you can use single quotes, double quotes, apostrophe, that kind of things in a template literal. For example, here if I wanted to write, let me just console this out. Console.log string 1, string 2, and template literal, okay? And let us see this on the server. Okay, this is the console, so I'll just show the console. See, I'm seeing Amit, okay? So all these three are basically consoling out something. But let us say that I wanted to have a quote over here like Amit, and after that I had Shirasao, but Shirasao should be in single quotes. So the way to write it in a string is to use an escape character. So escape character means a backslash. Backslash is an escape character. So this is how I can show a string within quotes using string. Okay. Now likewise over here, if I have to show it, it's fairly easy because here the string is starting with double quotes. Okay, so it will close with double quotes, but any other type of quotes like single quotes won't close that string, right? So this is a way of writing single quotes in this kind of a string which has double quotes, okay? And in case of template literals, see how easy it is. Okay, in template literals I write like this. Okay, now let us say that I wanted Shirasao in double quotes. Then here okay, I don't need an escape symbol, I can directly write double quotes. Why? Because the main string is in single quotes, whereas here I'll need an escape character because main string as well as my Shirasao is in double quotes. Okay, whereas over here I never need any escape character. If I want Amit to be in single quotes and Shirasao in double quotes, I can very easily do it here. Got the idea? So for the same effect here, I never have to use an escape character for quotes. Why? Because template literals start and end with backtick. Okay, same thing, apostrophe. Suppose Amit Shirasao's. If this is what I wanted to write, it is very easy. I don't have to use escape characters anywhere. Okay, so this is what these first three things mean, this that single quote, double quote, and apostrophe can be used in template literals very easily without using escape characters. Then you can have multi-line string. So what are multi-line strings? Multi-line strings mean that let us say that I have some string like this. Okay, it is on multiple lines. So see here, it gets consoled out on multiple lines. Okay, and here if I don't give the space, then there also you won't get any space. Okay, so this is how multi-line strings can be very easily written. But now if I want to do the same thing over here, then the way to do it is like this. See, first of all, I'll copy this exactly and I'll paste it over here. Now wherever there is double quotes, I'll have to use an escape character. Okay, yeah, escape character is used. Then here basically the string is ending, right? So here I cannot end the string, so I should be giving like this. Okay, and once again this means new line, and once again I'll say this also again a new line, and a new line. This new line got repeated, my bad. So can you imagine, this is how I have to write. So I'll show it to you. This is how I have written this. So you can imagine that I have to calculate a lot of things in order to get the same effect. Whereas in template literals, it is extremely easy. I'm writing the way I want to see on the console. Okay. So if I need a new line, okay, I'll go to the new line. If I need some space before the characters, I'll just give space. That's how simple it is. If I want a little lesser space, that's all that I do. But whereas over here, I'll have to calculate, oh, okay, this much has to be reduced. Oh, I reduced from the wrong place. Oh, I have to reduce this much from here. Got the idea? I'm getting the same effect, but I have to calculate a lot in case of strings, whereas in template literals, it's very, very easy. Okay, so we have covered until multi-line string. The next thing is variable substitution, expression substitution, and HTML template. So let us see that in the upcoming slides, but okay, I can show it to you right over here. Variable substitution means, let us say that I have a variable over here, like let num1 equal to 10. Okay, and I have to show this in the template literal. So the way to do it is the number to be shown is, and here I can say dollar and this kind of brackets, and I'll say num1. But notice that here it is just a string, and that is why it is being displayed as it is. But had this been a template literal, then it would actually calculate what is the value of num1, and then it will replace this with its value. Got the idea? Now here if I wanted to put a full stop, see, the sentence gets completed. I can put a full stop. So this is way easier. Now if I had to do this using strings, then I would be writing something like this. Now this would be a string, this would be a string. Okay, and here I cannot write it like this. I'll have to say that it should be like this. Got the idea? So I need to remember that, I need to give a space over here, then no space over here. Over here there should not be any space. So I have to think a lot. But in template literals, it is very, very easy. I just have to write the variable wherever I need its value. Okay, so this is called as variable substitution. Next thing is expression substitution. Let us say expression means what? Here there is only one variable, but instead of this, if it would be something like this, so this is what? This is basically expression. So I'm using that variable, but I'm also doing some operation on it. So this is called as expression. I can use multiple variables also. For example, here I can say num2 equal to, let's say, 20, and here I can say num1 plus num2 plus 10, so it will be 40. 10 plus 20 is 30, 30 plus 10 is 40. Okay, so this is called as expression. So what I've done here is I have substituted this expression with the value of the expression. Okay, so this is called as expression substitution. And the last thing is HTML template. So let us say that I have to write some HTML. Now let us say that this HTML has to be written on the main page. So this is my main page. Okay, so I'll just put it over here so that we can see. Now suppose I want an unordered list over here. Okay, unordered list, and in this unordered list, the list item, that is li, can be mango, orange, and apple. And yeah, this should not be in script, this should be in the body, so it will start showing on the page, right? So this is an unordered list. This is how you write an unordered list. Now let us say that you don't want to write it like this. You want to just I've just commented it out, so it's not showing. I want to do the same thing using script. So in the script format, the way to do it is you'll say document.body dot inner HTML is equal to, and then you will write this whole script. So the way to do it is you'll just copy this. Now you can do this using string as well. You can write it like this, and then you can say that even if you write it in one line, then also it's okay. Okay, see, you get the same effect. But let us say that I don't want to do it like this in a static way. I have an array. Let us say I have an array called fruits, and it has these three fruits: mango, in quotes, mango, orange, and apple. Okay, now I want to show only those fruits which are there in this array. Okay, it should not be hard coded as we have done here. We want them to be dynamically shown as per the array. It should be shown. Okay, so you cannot do this very easily using strings. You can do this in strings also, but I'll show you the way to do it in string literals. In string literals, it is very, very easy. So in string literals, what you'll do is, first of all, you'll just make it a string literal. So just remove the quotes and just put the backticks over there. Now here, instead of mango, you'll be doing a dollar, and here you'll be saying fruits of 0. Okay, so it is mango. Similarly, here you'll do fruits of 1, and here you'll do apple, instead of this, fruits of 2. So fruit at the index 0 is mango, fruit at the index 1 is orange, and fruit at the index 2 is apple. So it is being shown. But a more skillful developer will not even write this. He or she or they will basically write it in a more refined way, you can say. So the way a skillful developer will write it is this. They'll say that whatever is the inner HTML, so inner HTML, let inner HTML, it's just a variable storing a string. So it's a string type of variable. Now, first of all, it should be a UL. Okay, unordered list has opened. Then what they'll do is they'll say fruits dot for each, and I'll say here fruit such that, okay, I'll say what do I say? I'll say inner HTML is equal to inner HTML plus Here I'll say li plus, here I'll say fruit plus li. Okay, so I'll complete this. Oh yeah, double quotes. Yeah, so I'll do this, and at the end what I'll do is inner html is equal to inner html plus unordered list has to be closed, of course, in double quotes. Got the idea? And then finally I'll just say here, I'll just code this line so that you have a reference of it. I'll just say that document.body.html is equal to whatever is in the inner HTML. See, this is how a skillful developer would do. But a developer as intelligent as you are would do it in an even more refined manner. For example, here instead of writing inner HTML is equal to inner HTML plus something, a skillful developer would say inner HTML plus equal to, and then whatever is the RHS. So it basically just means the same thing. Inner HTML is equal to inner HTML plus this thing. Okay. Similarly, here also we can do the same thing. We can just say plus equal to. Okay. Next thing that a skillful developer could do is instead of using strings, a skillful developer knows that I can use template literal. So template literal means you just convert it to template literal like this. Then you don't need to give this plus, not required. This is not required. And instead of fruit, you'll say dollar fruit. Got the idea? So this is how a skillful developer will code. And what you just did is, this basically, this string literal is basically using HTML templating. So you can have an HTML template. Okay, and this is how it is. So I think we have covered all of these points. Let us see them in the slide. I have created dedicated slides for you. You can copy the code from here directly into your Visual Studio Code. And the link to this PDF is given to you in the video description. Okay, so just open that PDF in Adobe a PDF viewer. Only then you'll be able to copy this code. You cannot, if you open it in Chrome, probably you won't be able to copy it. Okay, so open it in Adobe PDF viewer, and then you'll be able to copy the code from here. So just copy it, and you can paste it in Visual Studio Code, and yeah, it will run, and you'll get something like this. So here I have used what? I've used double quotes, I've used single quotes, I've used apostrophe as well. Okay. Then there is an example of multi-line string. So this is like an email body. So see, email body, I can just keep on typing whatever I want, and I don't have to care too much about new line character and this and that. Okay, it is taken care of. Then template literals allow variable substitution. So here greetings by Amit is a variable, so hello everyone will be pasted in place of greetings by everyone variable. Okay. Then this is an example of expression substitution. Two numbers are being added. This is an example of HTML template, the same example that I just showed to you. This is just what an intelligent coder would write. Okay, it is that only. I haven't shown all the examples, but yeah, the final example I've covered over here in the slide. So that covers template literals. Now let us go to string operators, properties, and methods. See, string in JavaScript is always derived from string object, and string object is derived from object. Okay, so everything in JavaScript is basically an object. So since string is a string, every string is derived from a string object, so it's basically an object, right? So object will have operators, properties, and methods. Okay, and those operators, properties, and methods we are going to see right away. So string operators, properties, and methods, I've summarized them on this slide, and it is pretty difficult for many people to understand them, or many of them are really confusing. For example, char ar at or char core at, how do you know what is the difference? So I've tried to summarize everything in one slide. First of all, remember that string is an array of characters, and that is why, just like you would say that, if you say fruit of 0, see, if you say console.log, and if you just say here fruits of 0, okay, so you should be able to see mango, right? So let us go to the console. Here you see mango, right? Now this is possible because there is an array. Okay, so array of 0 you can write, right? Now similarly, now this mango is actually a string, right? Now if I say this of 0, I'll see M. This of 1, I'll say A, N, G, O. Okay, 5, it won't show anything because it doesn't, means it's undefined, it's not defined, right? Because this is all that this string was. So string is also an array. Okay, so you can use a string like an array. So that's why this operator can be used, index operator you can say. Similarly, you can use dot length property. So here, suppose I'll just remove the unnecessary part, by the way, so that you don't get confused. Yeah, here if I say, or let me just go with a string, right? I'll just say let fruit is equal to mango. Okay, and now if I say fruit, oh yeah, fruit dot length, so what do I get? I get 5 because it is an array of characters. And how many characters? 5 characters. If I say banana, it will be 6. See, it is 6. Similarly, I can also use slice. Slice method basically returns part of the array. Okay, so it takes 2 arguments. First argument is start index, next argument is end index. End index is optional, so I'll tell you what to do with this. Suppose if I write here fruit dot slice, start from the first index, that means start from A, and end at let's say 2, so it will be an. Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, my bad. This index, but do not include the character with that index. So here 0 is B, 1 is A, 2 is N, but it is not including N. So you can say that, see, in short, I'm saying that it's like this: include the first index. So this is the first index, and go until the last index, but do not include it. So in mathematics term, it is like this. So don't include, without including that number, you go until there. So here if I say 3, it should give me an. Got the idea? Okay, so this is slice method. It does not affect the original array. Original array is still intact. So basically slice will return you another string. It returns you another string, but the original string remains unchanged. So just to prove this point, I'll just console out fruit. So fruit still remains banana, nothing changes. But here I have got another slice of that string. Okay, now what if I don't give an second argument over here? Then it will go until the end of that string. So I have started from first index and it has gone till the end. So it is saying anna, anana. Okay, so this is how it is. So these 3 I explained to you. And then the next one is for getting a character as per the given indices. So let us say that we have the index and we want to get the character at that index. So then these 3 methods are used. First method, you also know, it is index. Second is means using these operators. Second is at. Third is character at, and then is character code at. Okay, we'll see all of them in the upcoming slides as well, so I won't show it to you right away. I'll show you the next slides. Then for getting a substring as per the indices, so now you don't want one character, you want a substring, a part of that string. But the way you will show that which part, where to cut that string, so you will show as per the index. So you'll say that start cutting from this index and end your cutting at this index. So there are two methods, substring and substr. The difference between the two is that in substring you say start from this index and end at this index, whereas in substr you say start from this index and go until your substring becomes of this length. Okay, so I'll give an example for this. You really need an example. So if I say here substring 1 3, then it is an. Okay, whereas if I say sub str13, then it means start from a and go until the substring is of 3 characters. So it is a n a. Okay, now it is of 3 characters. Now it will stop. If I say 4 over here, then it will go from a n a n. Now it is of 4 characters, so it will leave it there. So the length is the length of the substring. Okay, whereas here in a substring you say that at index number 3 you just have to stop without including the last index. So here also the rule is again the same. It is first index, last index, and a round bracket. Got the idea? This is how it is. Then let's go ahead. Here for getting the location, that is index of the substring. Now here we have this, we have the string also, we have the substring also, but now we want to know that this substring, where does it occur in the main string? Okay, so it occurs at index number so and so. That's that index we want. So the way to do it is you can say dot search, or you can say dot index of, or you can say last index of. So when you say search, it basically it can take a regular expression as well, whereas in index of and last index of, it cannot take a regular expression. Index of gives you the index of the first occurrence of that substring, whereas last index of will give you the last occurrence of that substring. Okay, and search will also give you the first instance. Okay, search gives you first instance only. So search is very much similar to index of, except that search can have regular expressions, whereas index of cannot have regular expressions. Then for getting an array or iterator of substrings satisfying a certain condition, so there is match and match all. So what to do is, suppose same thing, just like you write your search, and just like that you write your match, but here search, index of, and last index of give you a number, and that is the index where it is found. And here it does not give you that. It basically gives you an iterator or array. So basically when you say match all, it will give you all the substrings that are matching over there. As let us say that you say that all the substrings, you will get all the substrings in the form of an array. So we'll see this on the slide. You don't get the index, you get array. Now what is the difference between the two? Match can use regular expressions, whereas match all cannot use regular expressions. That's it. For knowing if the string satisfies a condition. Now here we are not willing to get anything back. We don't want the index back, we don't want the array back, we don't want substring back, we don't want anything. We just want to check whether the string includes certain substring. We just want to check whether the string starts with certain substring, and we just want to check whether the string ends with certain text. Okay, this is what we want. So it will give you true or false. All these three will give you true or false. And then there are some miscellaneous string methods. It will replace the first substring by the next substring, and but only the first instance. Huh? Replace all will replace all the instances of the first substring with the second substring. Okay. Repeat, when you say for example, if you say that fruit dot repeat, and into bracket if I say 2, so it will say banana banana. If I say 4, then banana 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 banana. Got the idea? So I don't know. I mean, certain methods are really unnecessary. I don't know why they added this method, but it's okay. They did that anyways. Concat will concatenate means join two or more strings. Okay, so for example, if I say here concat, and here suppose it is fruit 1, fruit 2, fruit 3, and let's name them like mango, orange, something like this. Now if I want to console out this thing, that concat mango or fruit 2, then see it should show me banana mango. Now I want a space between them, so the way to give it is space plus, because this will basically calculate as sorry, it's a space, my bad. Yeah, so this will first get calculated, and you'll get space plus mango, and then that string will get concatenated with fruit. Now if you use the same logic, then I can give you a fruit 3 as well, right? I'll just say give a space, and then give the next fruit. Okay, so now you'll see banana space mango space orange. Okay, so why did we get that? We got that because this whole thing will first get, this expression you can say will get calculated, and it will be space mango space orange, and then that will be concatenated with banana, so it will be banana space mango space orange. Got the idea? So this is how concat works, and that's why they say that it takes one or more strings separated by comma. Yeah, it is a little more expert. Now instead of writing it like this, you can also say like this. So it's a little intelligent. It understands that if it is a comma separated string, then it means it treats it like a combination of multiple strings and concatenates all of them. Got the idea? This is how it is. Then string dot split. So basically when you say split, so it basically gives you an array. So for example, if I say fruit 1 dot split, so it is banana dot split. Now I'll split it using what? If I say I want to split it using a, yeah, if I want to split it using a, then this b is separate, then a n is separate, then this n is also separate. I don't know why that space is coming. I have not given a space. I don't know why that space is coming. But what it means is, let us say that this string was something really nice, like Amit Shirasao is a good YouTuber. And if I wanted to separate it using space, then I would get all the words. Amit Shirasao is a good YouTuber. Got the idea? This is how I'll get. So this is the use of it. You split it means you basically split the string into various substrings, and you return an array of those substrings. And how will you split them? You'll split them across this character. So now here it is space. Now instead of space, if I want let us say double O. Okay, if I say double O, so it will split into two parts. It will split into the part before double O and split into part after double O. So let us see that in action. See, you will get one part before double O, okay, and the one part after double O. Notice that double O is not a part of this array because that is the separator, right? So separator is cut, and whatever parts are there, it returns it as an array. Then you will see trim start, trim end. So it basically trims the string from start or end, or trim will basically trim it from both the sides. So white spaces means spaces will get removed. Padding will basically add spaces. Pad start means add space before, pad end means add space at the end, and then to uppercase will convert into uppercase, to lowercase will convert into lowercase. So let us see them in detail. What does dot length do? It returns the length or size of the string in number of characters. So for example, I've written such a big string. Now it's difficult for me to calculate how many characters it is. So I'll use dot length and I'll get the characters. It is 234 characters. Now imagine me, counting these characters. It would really take a lot of energy. Uh, Index and slice. So here index operator is like this. So I can say this is a string, suppose name. So when I console out name of 0, it is like A. Okay. But I cannot assign anything to it. I cannot assign a small a in place of this capital A. I cannot do that because this operator in case of strings is only a getter. It is not a setter. Whereas in the case of arrays, it is a getter as well as a setter. Okay. Then get the substring from the 0th index till the 4th index. So this is slice method. Here notice that this question mark means it's an optional parameter. So you can skip it, like here second parameter is not given. So it will, from 6th index, it will go till the end of the string. Whereas if you give the second parameter, then see from 0th index it will go only till index equal to 4, and it will skip the character having index equal to 4. So it will only print AMIT. It won't even print space. Why? Because that space is the 4th index, and 4th index is to be excluded. You go until the 4th index but exclude it. Okay. Then get the first 8 characters. So here get the last 8 characters. So if you give a negative number over here in the case of start index, if you give negative number, then it will start from negative, it will start from right hand side, and this is, after O, whatever is there, that is 0 for it. So O is -1, A is -2, -3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -8 is S. So it will go until -8, it will include -8, and that much it will show. Okay. So that's why you'll get Shirasao over here. Then if I give -8, and if I say that go until the end index is the length. So basically, if I give something like this, then also it will give me Shirasao. Then slice doesn't change the original string. So I have shown it to you earlier as well, that slice is only giving you a new string, but it does not change the original string. Then what is the difference between this index operator, character add, and char code add? So index operator will give the array, it will give the character at that particular index. It is not a setter, so it is only a getter. Okay. Add is a more modern thing as compared to char add. Add supports negative index, whereas char add doesn't. Okay. So if you say name at 1, it will give you whatever character is at index number 1, that is M. If you say -3, then it will see, this is 0 means something outside the string. Then -1 is O, this last O. -2 is A. -3 is S. So it is giving you S. Okay. Then if I say character at, then I can use positive index. That's okay. But if I use a negative index, then it will return a blank string because it doesn't support negative indices. Char code at returns, now char at will return a character at a certain index, but char code at will return the ASCII code of that character. So if I say char code at 1, so instead of returning M, it is returning the ASCII code of M, which is 109. Okay, then yeah, the original string is not changed. So in spite of doing all these operations, if you still console out the original name, it stays intact. Then string dot substring and substr. So we have seen this in detail, but let us check that once again using this code. So first of all, let there be a string like Amit Shirasao. Then let there be result1, which is t dot, means this text dot substring of 0. So when I say 0, it means start from the 0th index, and I'm not telling it where to end. I'm not telling it the ending index. If there's a question mark, that means it is an optional character. Here also it is a question mark, so it's an optional character. So I haven't given anything, so it is going from 0th index till the end. So it is printing the whole thing. If I say substring 0 and 4, then it means go until the 4th index, that is the space, but do not include that space. So it is only going to print AMIT. It won't even print space. Then if I say substring -8 8, so what it means is minus basically minus is not supported here, so negative indices is not supported by substring. So that is why what will happen is it is considering this -8 as 0. Okay, now starting from 0 you go until 8 characters. So what are 8 characters? 0 1 go until the 8th index, but don't include the 8th index. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 is R, so go until R but don't include R. So that means Amit she, this much it will print. I have explained it with using a lot of graphics as well, so that you don't forget. This PDF will be beautiful. Okay, then if I say substring dot minus substring of -8, so it basically means substring of 0, so it will give the same effect as this thing. Okay, so it's going to show Amit Shirasao, right? Then if I say substring of 5, then it will start from the 5th index and it will go till the end. So it is Shirasao. Now let us start using substr. So when I say substr of 5, it means start from the 5th index, that means S, and go until the end, because go until whatever is, go until the end of the string. Okay, whatever length, I don't care with what length. Then if I say go until this substring becomes 8 characters long, so yeah, SHIRASAO, so it is 8 characters. Then I can say a substring of -8. So this -8 negative start index means start from the end, so it supports negative indices. So this also tells you that substr must be the newer version, which is a little more intelligent, and it supports negative indices. So always remember the newer things are always short, right? For example, older names used to be like Elizabeth, but the newer names are usually small. Rose, Lily, small names. Older names used to be very long. Likewise, you can remember that substring was the older version and it does not support new age things like giving a negative index, whereas substring substr is the newer version because it is short and it does support negative indices. So if you give a negative index in place of start index, then it will consider that I have to count from from the end, and it will go until the 8th index. Okay, so what is the 8th index from here? So 0 is nothing, then this O is 1, I mean -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, and -8. Got the idea? So this is how it is counted. Then here, if it is the same as you might say that what if I give the length as 0? So length as 0 means it will not print anything. So it's a blank string, you can say. Then if I give a negative number over here, so this negative number does not mean anything here because it's length. Length cannot be negative, and so it considers this length as 0. It just you can say calculates -2 equal to 0 here, because -2 doesn't mean length, -2 doesn't mean anything, so that means length is 0. So you know what happens when length is 0. Length is 0 means don't give out anything, and it gives you the blank it should be blank string actually. Then yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead. This is search index of and last index of. This is also a little tricky. So index of, last index of are more efficient. If you think about efficiency, which works faster, so index of and last index of always work faster. But they have a drawback, and that is that you cannot give a regular expression in index of or last index of. You can use it only in search. Okay. So this is my text, and I have a regular expression saying that it will return all the vowels, all the words starting with vowels. Sorry, all the words starting with vowels. So I'll just say that the first index of a vowel word means the first index of a word, or the index of the very first word which starts with a vowel is, I'll just say text.search. So it is basically just like index of. It just gives you the first index of whichever substring it is. So I'll get 8. Why 8? Because it is I. So it is. Okay, this word. So this word starts with index 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I is at 8. Okay. Then if I say console.log, the first index of the word subscribe is, and here I'll say index of subscribe. So okay, so I don't want a regular expression over here. I just need a substring. So yeah, I don't need a regular expression, and more efficient thing is to use index of, and that's why I'm using index of. Otherwise I would use search everywhere, but search is a little more you can say CPU expensive, memory expensive, and that's why it's better to use index of wherever you don't require regular expressions. And of course, subscribe comes where does subscribe come? Subscribe comes over here. So if you really calculate, then this will be at 39th index. Then the first index of the word it should be last index. I'll just correct the slide. The last index of the word subscribe is 77. Okay, so it is this subscribe, the second subscribe. So if you calculate it, really it is actually this S should be at 77th index. And then what is match? Then what is match all, and match all with a regular expression. So these are the last 3 big slides, after which easy things are going to come. So match is basically taking this text, and if I say a regular expression, then it will match that. See, I'm saying all the words starting with a vowel. Okay. So it is giving me I. Okay. Then it is giving me Amit. Yeah, it starts with A. This index starts with I. Index again I. So all these are the words which start with a vowel. Okay. So match is giving you that. Now what does match all do? Match all, basically match all is newer than match. Match all came in ECMAScript 2020. It returns an iterator instead of an array. Okay. So basically it does not give an array, just like over here you got an array, right? Now this one does not give you an array, it gives you an iterator. So when you say match all, the regular expression, this is an iterator. Now to get an array from an iterator, you have to write array.from into bracket iterator. Then you'll get an array. Otherwise, it is basically an iterator. So you can iterate it using, let us say, a for loop or something like that. You can iterate it, or basically iterator has dot next method. But for simple people, simple souls like me, if you really want to convert the iterator into array, this is how you do it. Okay. Then string.match all, if you're using a regular expression in match all, it must be having a G flag, that is a global flag. Otherwise, it gives an error. Means what? That, see, if you notice here, the regular expression here had G means global flag, or you write there global. Okay, so either you do small g or you write here complete global. So if you don't give that G, then it basically just throws an error. This match all will give an error saying that match all is called with a non-global regular expression argument. Okay, so just wanted to let you know. Now from here, everything else is really simple. Until now, you saw the complicated part, and thanks for bearing with me. Even I find it difficult, by the way. Now comes the easier part. Includes, starts with, and ends with. Yeah, grammar is absolutely correct. It does not start with, it is starts with. Okay. So basically what it is saying is, does this string include, does this string start with, does this string end with certain thing? Okay. So if I say that, tell me whether this string includes Amit Shirasao. Yeah, it does. And that's why this will get printed. I can say, oh, does it start with hey? Then, yeah, this text really starts with hey. And I'll say whether this ends with study material full stop. Yeah, it does end with study material full stop. Okay, so this means basically it will give you a Boolean value. It will give you true or false. Replace and replace all. So what replace will do is it only replaces the first instance, whereas replace all replaces all the instances. So I'm saying replace Amit with Mr. Shirasao. So it will print this thing which has, instead of Amit, it has Amit Shirasao. Sorry, Mr. Shirasao. When I say replace all, then it has not only replaced it over here, but also it will replace it over here. So it will replace all the instances, and it will also replace it over here. So this one instance, this second instance, and this third instance, it has replaced all of them. And the original text always remains the same. Repeat I showed you already. If I say repeat of 5, then it will repeat it 5 times. Of course, this Amit has a space already, and that's why you're seeing a space over here, and that's why you're seeing these spaces at the in between all of them, because the string actually is Amit's space. Okay. Now if I say repeat 0, then it doesn't show anything. If I say repeat without giving anything, then it basically means that it is repeat 0. So this nothing gets calculated to 0, and that's why it will once again give me nothing. If I say repeat 1, the intelligent folks amongst you will ask this question, okay, what if I say repeat, but repeat it only once? Yeah, it's only going to give it once. So it is like, instead of writing name.repeat into bracket 1, you can just write name. It's easier, right? Okay, so that's how it is. Concat, I've shown it to you in earlier, in great amount of detail earlier. So you get the idea. Split. So basically you're just splitting it using nothing. So it doesn't get split. Basically it gives you an array, but it gives you the entire string as the first element of the array, because it does not actually split it anyways. Okay, but it converts it into an array and gives it back to you. If I say split of quotes, so it basically means split, but split it in such a way that I'm not splitting it using anything. So now all the characters will get split like this. So actually this and this are giving different results, and that is little shocking to many of us. But just remember this is not logical at all. Actually this should get compiled to this, and both of them should have this result only. That's what I feel, but I don't know how JavaScript works. It works in a funny way sometimes. If I say that this separator is space, then yeah, of course, all the words will be separated into separate elements of the array. Okay. If I say split it using I, then I comes over here. I is lost because it's a separator. So AM will come. AM will be the first element. Then T space S H I. Sorry, not I. Till SH will be the next element, and then I is gone. Then RASAO will be the last element of the array. Got the idea? Similarly, if I split using IRA, then IRA occurs only here. So everything before that and everything after that are two different elements of the array. Now, if I say split using a space, but let the maximum length of the array be just 1. So when I did that here, it gave me an array having Amit and Shirasao. These are two elements in the array. But here I said the returned array should have only one element. That means it should have length 1. So it is giving me only Amit. Okay. Yes. Then here this is splitting using a regular expression. So it says that wherever there is a $E or $O, then these are separators. So I'm saying that separator can be either of these two things. Till here I used to say IRA is the separator, but here I can say, okay, I can be a separator, IRA can also be a separator, AO can be a separator. Okay, so I'm using multiple separators over here in a regular expression. So all this magic can be done using regular expressions. So the good thing is that split, you can use a regular expression. So you can have that kind of wonderful scenarios where different separators can be there, and they are all separating the string, and they are finally giving you the array. So here $E and $O are also the separators, and that's why you get this as the first substring, then this as the next substring, and this last part as the third substring. Got the idea? Now these are the simpler things: trim start and trim end. So when I say original text is like this, having a lot of spaces before Amit and a lot of spaces after Amit. So when I say trim, the spaces from both the sides get removed. When I say trim start, then only the spaces at the start will get trimmed, but the spaces at the end will be left as they are. Okay. And similarly, if I say trim end, then the spaces at the beginning will be kept as they are, and the spaces at the end will be trimmed. Okay. Opposite to this is pad. When I say pad, so pad start and pad end can be there. There cannot be something like just pad. Okay, that's not there. It can be either pad start or pad end. So when I say pad start, then I can give the number of characters. So if I say 5, so it means this end result should be of 5 characters. So Amit itself is of 4 characters, so it will add 1 space before it. Why before? Because I said pad start. If I say pad end 5, then it will add that 1 space at the end. Okay, but the end result should be 5 characters long. Now if I say the end result should be 7 characters long, and pad it not with space but pad it with X, so it will be XXX Amit. Okay, and if I say pad end 6 star, so it means the end result should be 6 characters long, and pad at the end with this character, that means star star. So Amit is already 4 characters, it will add 2 more characters of this type, that means star at the end. Okay, so this is pad start, pad end. This is the max length of the string. Okay, I'm just using a little more animation to keep it healthy. I know you must be getting bored by now, but thanks for staying back till here. Tell me in the comments if you really watched this video till the end. It's great. Yeah, that means you really have a lot of patience. I'll give you kudos. To uppercase and to lowercase. So this basically just converts it into uppercase and lowercase. So if I say to uppercase, my string dot to uppercase, then it is hello world in uppercase. If I say my string dot to lowercase, then it is in lowercase. Got the idea? So that's all. The next thing that we'll discuss in the upcoming video will be arrays. Until next time, Jai Shri Ram. This is Amit Shirasao, and you're watching Coding.